Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the stream. It is me, ShellshockPrime, and today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026, and we are going to be doing something special, something I planned since late last year, or actually, like, even before that. So, what if, just what if, we were to take the idea of what Taylor Swift did with her concerts, like back in 2024, where she did the Eras tour, with different eras in general of her career. She did the Eras tour back in 2024. And what if we combined that with Sonic the Hedgehog? And why am I doing this? Well, because here's the thing. There's a certain subset of Sonic games I have not finished. Like, most of them I have not finished. But they were in a different type of hardware than the norm, which are handhelds. So Sonic had a history of having handheld games over the years. So with that, we're doing the Sonic Handheld Eras Tour. And we're going to kick things off tonight with the Game Gear era, like part of it, because there are five Sonic games on the Game Gear, but we're going to do 3 of them tonight, and then the other 2 I am going to do on a different night at some point next week. Tonight is Sonic 1 for Game Gear, Sonic 2 for Game Gear, and Sonic Chaos, and the next session will be Sonic Triple Trouble and Sonic Blast. There are some other games, because after that, it's the one Neo Geo Pocket Color game, which is Sonic Pocket Adventure. And then we go into the Game Boy Advance era, where we'll have the Sonic Advance trilogy, but that's going to be later in the year. And then we'll be going through the first 2 games on the DS, which would be Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. Then we're going to do the 2 PSP games, which would be Sonic Rivals 1 and 2. And then we're going to go back to the DS with Sonic Colors DS. And then we will wrap things up with Sonic Generations on the 3DS. So there are some other games in the series that I am glossing over. For instance, like, I'm not going to do any of the spinoffs. I know that there is a Lost World for the 3DS, but I want to do Lost World that was released on either the Wii U or Steam first. And Sonic Boom, those, if I ever decide to do any of the Sonic Boom games, those would be its own set of streams entirely, like separate from this. Like, that'd be something of its own thing. So I'm going to be going, I figured that this was like, if I was going to celebrate Sonic and his 35th anniversary, what better way to do it than playing handheld games? And I haven't beaten most of them, so it'd be a great way to get through some of these games. I'll start on Game Gear, because Sega made the Game Gear as a way. Sega made the Game Gear as a way to compete with the Game Boy, because what Nintendo was doing and what was successful, Sega wanted that too. And they were riding high with the momentum of Sonic's popularity, so it all worked out. The stars aligned, Game Gear released, and it wasn't a huge commercial success, but it did have its fans, and it had a pretty decent library that lasted until like 1996, 1997. But yeah, good to see you, Nova. Good to see you, Son. Good to see you, Kevin. Good to see you, Kaiju. Hope you're doing good. Rumor has it that Sega is jumping into portable again, but 16-bit sprite-based style. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. But as far as Sega goes, they have 5 Sonic games that I'm going to be streaming. There's spin-offs, experimental stuff, but I'm going to do the platformers. I'll stick with the platformers for now. although Rivals 1 and 2 on the PSP are platformers, but they're like versus platformers because you're competing with another character. But I figured I include those because that is an era in itself. Just like how we have the DS games where we had like a boost style era, but it's different from what we will later get for like Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors and Generations and all that stuff. Hey, for NES. And yeah, we're not doing Sonic 1 GBA. We are not doing Sonic 1 GBA. No, 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 no. No, sorry, Bob. We are not. Now, I know what some people will probably think. Why play the Game Gear games when I could play the Master System counterparts? Because of the fact that the Game Gear games have screen crunch. The answer is simple. That would defeat the whole purpose of the whole handheld Eras tour. It would honestly defeat the whole purpose. Like, if I'm going to play those versions, like the Master System versions of these games, why would I even want to do a handheld era in that regard? So I figured I'm just going to play the handheld versions of these games just because I need to have the experience in order to justify what I'm doing here. So, yeah, screen crunch sucks. There's no denying that. But at the end of it all, it's what I honestly want to do. Plus, the way I'm going to play the Game Gear games is through Sonic Origins Plus. All 5 of the Game Gear games that I'm planning to cover for these series of streams are in that collection. So, I'll say this, in regards to my history with the Game Gear, I never owned one. I've played Game Gear through different, like, people in school, like I actually had a teacher that had it in summer school once. There were some students that had Game Gears. I played some Sonic games on that, and I thought it was pretty cool. Because obviously with me, Sonic, I love Sonic, so it all worked. But I've never beaten these games. The closest was Triple Trouble, and even then, I never finished it. I bought that on the 3DS Virtual Console. Because you were able to get it on there too. But there are some Game Gear games I do plan to cover in the future. But I'm just opening the door with the best way I could. Sonic. Because when you think of Sega, obviously, like, Sonic is going to be one of the first things that come to mind. So it makes sense. So I plan to stream the 5 Game Gear games that I have planned. So 1, 2, Chaos, Triple Trouble, and Blast. We're going to do 1, 2, and Chaos tonight, and then we're gonna do Triple Trouble and Blast next week. Hey Blake, good to see you. So here's the schedule for this week. So we got so in addition to the Sonic Handheld Eras Tour tonight, tomorrow we're gonna do Star Fox 64 in the afternoon to finish off the normal path, and then we're gonna do the hard path, and then we're done with it. And we're gonna do Share with Shell Shock later that night, talking about The Legend of Zelda. We're gonna do Retro Night. We're gonna do GameCube. Thursday is going to be Star Fox, the new remake that's coming out. No stream Friday, but we'll be back on Saturday for Super Mario Party Jamboree Madness, Rainbow Castle Pride Month Soul Link, which Nova, I'm looking forward to that. And Sunday, we're going to do a Switchiversary stream. We're going to play some Kirby Air Riders at 2 p.m. And then we're going to do one more sharing with Shell Shock this week. We're going to talk about video game music. And after that episode, we're gonna be on break for sharing with Shell Shock until September. So it'll be at 6. Oh, it's changed to 6 p.m. Oh, then I'll have to change the schedule time. All right, so I'll have to change it on Saturday because I thought that it was going to be 7, but yeah, I forgot because I think it was Mono Hollow who was willing to join, but it had to be earlier because they had a shift. I was waiting to hear back from everyone else before I make the announcement. All right, am I going to be on 2-month break? No, the podcast is. But my streams are. I'm still going to be streaming. Just my podcast is going to be on a 2-month break. I hope you're doing good, Blee. Good seeing you. We're going to play some Game Gear games. Like, I'll be streaming a lot throughout the summer, but we're going to get started. Let's play some Game Gear Sonic games through Sonic Origins. We'll see how this goes. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna be on Hito's podcast tonight. Nice. Have fun with that. All right. So right here in mission, like the story mode, you have mission mode, you have Game Gear. So there's 12 Game Gear games, but we're only gonna do of those games, we're only gonna do the platformers. So it's Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Chaos, Triple Trouble, and Blast. So I don't plan to do either one of these two Tails games at any point. And Sonic Labyrinth is a completely different type of game that I otherwise don't have any interest in doing right now. Then you got Sonic Drift, which this one never came out here for whatever reason, but we got Drift 2. I think this would not have reviewed well because there were only 4 characters in this game and not that many tracks. But this one, you have 7 characters. You have they added Metal Sonic, Fang the Sniper, and Knuckles. Tails Adventure is supposedly canon too. So Tails Sky Patrol was originally only released in Japan. Tails Adventure, it's basically like Tails having his own solo adventure, like a what if he had his own game. Well, that's what they did. Also, Sonic Spinball on Game Gear, from what I've seen of it, sucks. The Genesis version's better. The Genesis version is a lot better. Alright, so there's also Sonic Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which did not release in Japan on the Game Gear. It was only in the United States and the PAL regions. Like, there's the 2-player modes, which is supposed to be like to play this game with another person, like for multiplayer. But we're gonna start things off with Sonic the Hedgehog. But first, let's look at controls, which it's pretty much just what you expect. Oh, that's a very scratchy Sega sound. I wonder if there's like a menu. Super Big Crunch Sega. Oh. Oh, because I thought that there was like a way to change the screen, but I guess not. Alright. So, from what I remember about these games, yeah, because there was a Puyo Puyo game in Japan, yeah, on Game Gear. So from what I remember about these games is that they were developed by a completely different developer. It wasn't Sonic Team. It was, I believe it was Ancient. That's Yuzo Koshiro's company, and he composed the music for the Game Gear version. And I believe three stages from the Genesis game made it over to this one. Also, the Game Gear games do not have like the Chaos Emeralds in the special stages. You have to find them in some of the stages. You think you remember trying this game out on the GameCube Sonic Collection? Yeah, that would probably be it's either Sonic Adventure DX or Sonic Gems Collection, because that's where you get the Game Gear games. Like if you see like a exclamation point sign, that meant that there's a pit coming up. It's to get around the screen crunch. It was, but only on the GameCube version, and I believe the PC version at the time. Oops. Hey, Coda's kidding. I think you get a bonus whenever like you do something about this. Love last night's stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. The podcast last night was fun. Sonic doesn't have a nose. But now I gotta look for the Chaos Emerald. Yes, 50 rings were crossing the sun. What was that? Oh, what just happened right now? Well, what happened is that I unfortunately fell. And, like, we're underground. So right now, I'm looking around to find the Chaos Emerald, because I remember it being in Act 2. Oh, an incorrect sound? Yeah, that's what happens when you fall to the pit. Where is the Chaos Emerald at? Ow. I gotta get some rings. There it is. Pete, I just wanted to say that even though I lost yesterday's madness, seeing Clark suffer mostly from Mad Big Fat was immensely satisfying. Oh, yes. Green Hill having water physics, not a combo I expect. Yep. I'm gonna grab that ring, because I definitely need a ring right now. Yeah, it's like you just have to find the... you just have to find the Chaos Emeralds on the stages. They do not appear in special stage at all, like you would normally expect to see them in, like, the Genesis games. I don't know why, but it's like the console games it's easier to find the Chaos Emeralds, but in the handheld games it's harder. Oh. It's like a secret path. There's a platform that's moving. Let me wait for it. So, I know for a fact the screen crunch in this game is not that bad, but in Sonic 2, it's way, way worse. Oh, there we go. I believe that's a special stage. But it's more of a bonus stage. Which is basically just get as many rings as possible. The thing is that I actually kind of prefer this bonus stage over like that spinning bonus stage from the Genesis game. You can get continues here too. Get extra lives, yeah. And you might find a continue. Oh, at Act 3? Act 3 is where we would fight Eggman. Alright, I gotta get some rings. Unfortunately, there's no rings, so... Not a fan of that gimmick? That's fair. Got him. In both Game Gear games. There we go, we got him.
You win.
Well, that was easy. My stream deck kind of fell a bit. Let me put it back in place. There we go. Back. Oh, fuck. 1 second. Oh, this one. Are you talking about the, Oh. Wait, what exactly do you mean, though? Just to make sure. Alright. Oh, the boss fights. Yeah, because I didn't see any rings. I got my shield. What an nasty start to the stage. Oh yeah. Let's figure this out. I need my momentum. Oh, I forgot to make a save point, but it's fine. We're not really that far behind. This stage is pretty weird. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that, and I actually did have an argument against it for this purpose. Since I am doing the handheld errors, I figured play them as they were. But if it wasn't for that, I absolutely would have. Plus, the one I'm the most worried about out of all of them would be Sonic 2, but we'll see when we get there. Okay. Apparently there's an emerald in this stage. In this act. Just gotta find it. The very first video game you ever owned could never make it past the first boss. Yeah, I've never gotten far in that one myself. There's slowdown here too. Alright, extra life. Just wanted to make sure. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, this is the only emerald in Bridge Zone. So now we got 2 emeralds. And we get to do a special stage. It was right towards the end. They're the same color. I thought they would have been different colors. But yeah, I expect tonight I'm just gonna do this, Sonic 2 and Chaos. And then at some point next week I'm gonna do Triple Trouble and Blast. I'll more likely do the Neo Geo Pocket Color game at a later date. Mainly because of the fact that that one takes a lot longer to do if you're gonna get, like, if you want to at least get everything in there. Even beyond the Chaos Emeralds. Ooh, continue. And then there was an extra life here. And it's Eggman again. Nice. Here we go. Bridge Zone, Act 2. And it's a scrolling level. Scrolling level like this in a Sonic game. I'm not sure, actually. If I am, then, like... It's like we do have some Sonic 1 enemies from the Genesis game. Ah, the falling tiles. And slowdown. Great game design. Riveting. Riveting game design, right guys? Right? I will be after I finish the stage. Well, at least now I know what to expect. That gave off some Game of the Clinton years energy? Shit. Clearly these guys didn't factor on Sonic being fast. No, they did not. Ah! At least I loaded over there. I feel like some fundamentals that normally work in the Genesis games do not apply to this game. Sonic is too fast, must do auto-scroll. Yeah, there's a lot of BS. I guess they just really wanted people to have more Sonic and being able to play this game like on a handheld. There's a waterfall. I was thinking that was going to be a trick. That I would get the extra life and then I would fall into the water and die. Oh yeah, no spin dash. Now we get to do a special stage. More opportunities to get some more lives. And continues. Good thing an emerald wasn't hidden there, thank God. Yeah. Yeah, it's only one emerald per stage, so the next stage we'll have it. I actually clipped through this shit. Come on, let me get through. I gotta hit the continue box. Let me try hitting that spring. Springs being the nuisance as usual, yes. And that's the end. Both springs and bumpers. A match made in heaven, or it could be a match made in hell. Alright. The next boss. Of course they would put that there. They probably expect people to die. I had a shield and everything. Alright, let's try this again. This is truly the Sonic game of all time. The bridges falling down actually cause slowdown. That's not good game design. No rings in boss fights. Does not. It's honestly does not make any sense to me to not have rings in boss fights. If it was the final stage, I can kind of understand it, but in any regular stage, I just walked through. I didn't even jump on him. Every fight becomes a death egg robot. Might as well. Ah, the slowdown sucks. You know that there's problems the moment that there's slowdown in a Sonic game. Alright. I have no idea. Alright, come on, one more hit, one more hit, one more hit, one more hit. Got him. Let's go. Oh, that boss fight sucks. It's for everybody.
You win.
Yeah, fuck that boss fight. That bad game design. Seriously, very bad game design. Jungle. Alright. Now I gotta see if there's an emerald here. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We'll grab that. Yeah, I do like the design and the idea of this stage. Also, if I recall correctly, the next two stages are based off of the Genesis games. We would have Labyrinth Zone, and we would have Scrap Rain. And a big old Chaos Emerald to help save the day. That would be nice. But where the hell is it? I will say though that this game, I see what they were trying to do here. There are just some things that just don't seem to really work. Also, those boxes with those down arrows, those are checkpoints. Yeah, those are checkpoints. You restart back at the point where you died. You see right there? Because otherwise you go back to the beginning of the stage that you were in. Let me take a look around. I want to see something. I don't think it's what I'm looking for. Perhaps there's another set of logs coming from the waterfall. Kill that crab. Alright. Run into the logs.
Make it a blockbuster night.
And thank you so much for the follow. All followers are anonymous, but thank you so much, and I hope that you are chilling and enjoying yourself. We're playing some Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Gear through Sonic Origins. Also important to note, even though lives say they're at 9, they can still go over. Alright. There's a log over here. Let's go right here and see what we get. It's a Chaos Emerald. I think we have to get it again. I think that you have to get it if you miss it. But at least now we know it's there. So now we know that it's there. Let's bring the log all the way back over here. But we got the emerald. Now we just have to finish the stage. Pretty certain that it's going to be a pain in the ass to try to get the emeralds in Sonic 2. Which is funny to me to say that, because if I was playing the Genesis Sonic 2, it's extremely easy to get all the emeralds for me. Got on the log this time at least, yeah. I just got on the log! I really don't like the slowdown either. I don't like the slowdown. Let's get over. You're enjoying this? Oh, we're not quite done with the stage yet. There's still more. The stages are getting longer. But at least I don't have to worry about... At least I don't have to worry about the emeralds. Oh, but we're back here. Fuck. I forgot to save after that part. Oh, we'll have to... Get right here. Fuck. Sonic wearing that shield makes him blend in with the background of the waterfall. Hi, what's a Sonic? I don't know, just a blue hedgehog. That's all. Well, welcome, Robo Neon. Good to see you. That fast food restaurant? It's actually pretty solid. I've actually had Sonic a couple times before. It's actually pretty solid. But yeah, welcome, Robo Neon. They definitely seem a good ham. And we are going to a special stage. That's the response I was fishing for. You know what's funny? Sonic Drive-In also serves chili dogs. And chili dogs are Sonic the Hedgehog's favorite food. So, what drink do you guys think that Sonic would have to go with his chili dog? What would be his favorite type of drink? Because I know his side dish would be onion rings. I went to the Sonic Cafe when I was in Chicago. I had my very first chili cheese dog there. I get the appeal. I've never had a chili dog, but I want to fix that. Sonic never did anything with Sega before. Still kind of weird. Yeah, you'd think they would have, and especially with the movie, like any of the movies. Like the first movie, they did a cross promotion with Jack in the Box, but for the second and third movie, they did a cross promotion with McDonald's. So it's incredibly mind-boggling how Sega and Sonic haven't collaborated when the movies came out. That would have been the perfect time. It would have been too on the nose. It's like that one meme from the Smiling Friends where they scream, "Oh, we were right there, man!" It was right fucking there. They went with Jack in the Box instead. You were right there with Sonic, but you went with Jack in the Box. Oh yeah, they did do the Olive Garden thing in the movie. So when you're here, you're family.
Oh, we were right there, man!
By the way, I've had Olive Garden a couple of times, and I'll say it right now, it's okay, but I would rather go to like an actual like Italian restaurant. Yeah, the breadsticks are pretty good, but again, I'd rather go to like a local Italian restaurant. Yeah, because you get your choice of unlimited breadsticks, or you get some soup or salad. Never been to Olive Garden. Well, Olive Garden is like they serve so many good pastas, but you're better off with like some good local Italian places. Pete, I would rather go to that Italian restaurant. Me and you, Silver, Clark, Rick, and everyone else went into Boston. Yeah, that was a legit place. You wanna know what was an Italian restaurant I loved back in the day? I don't know if they're still around, but there was an Italian restaurant called Buca di Beppo. It was so good. They actually serve like huge portions that were meant to be served for like groups of people. I remember for a while in New York they had it alongside Planet Hollywood, but I don't think that. But now it's just regular Planet Hollywood. I don't know if Buca di Beppo is even a thing anymore, but it was. Yeah, I would always support local restaurants whenever possible. It's like, as much as I enjoy like Pizza Hut or Domino's, you can't beat, since I live in New York City, you can't beat New York City pizza. And yes, I know people are gonna try to tell me like that I need to eat Chicago pizza. Yes, I know, I'm aware. But I also want to try out Detroit pizza. I've always thought that Detroit pizza was basically if Chicago style pizza were like went the Sicilian route. Because the Sicilian route is the square, like the rectangular square. I do love the locals. I don't know about South Jersey, but I know that North Jersey tends to have like really good pizza because there's a lot of New York transplants that moved from New York to New Jersey and they just set up shop there. So naturally the pizza would be good by default. I've actually had like gimmicky pizza in the past, whether it's from local or the chains. I've had a Philly cheesesteak pizza in the past, and it's pretty good. But it's not something I would have often. Like if I'm gonna have like gimmicky pizza, it needs to be good, and not only that, I also need to make sure that I can easily eat it really good. At least have rings in the boss stages, please, Sega. Oh, speaking of Sega, there was a recent sales report in regards to some of their recent games, and both Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Shinobi Art of Vengeance underperformed. They did not meet their expectations. Oh yeah, there is the TMNT pizza style. Yeah, they did not meet expectations. I don't know about Cross Worlds, but in the case of Shinobi, the problem stems from the fact that there was too much competition from some heavy hitters that came afterwards. Like, Silksong came out a few weeks after it. Just wrapping up the last demos to download last week. Fortunately, Valve is generous to miserable wretches like myself with eyes far bigger than their stomachs. You know what's funny? I feel awful for those who missed out on Shinobi. Oh, Blake Chimera. I've actually wanted to play it. What the fuck?
Double KO.
I died and so did Eggman. Yeah, I've heard about Blake Chimera. That's like a Metroidvania style game. If I would have had a ring, that would not even have been a problem.
Fighters ready. Engage.
There we go. We'll stay away from that.
You win.
We did it, at least. Now we gotta be on the lookout for the next Chaos Emerald. There's 3 more. Labyrinth Zone. Now the question is the Labyrinth Zone here going to be worse than the Genesis game? Because I'm assuming the answer is going to be yes. It doesn't even have the music. It has its own music. It's good though. I figured that they would have had I figured it would have had its own music, because, I mean, like, the Genesis music, because it's an adaptation of it. Because that's what they did with Green Hill. Of the swing vibe? Oh, it does, I do like it, though. I gotta make sure I can find the bubbles. Well, didn't take long for me to find it. I don't remember if it was Yuji Naka or Naoto Oshima who thought that hedgehogs don't swim. Yeah, that was like a prototype grounder. Come on, bubble, please, bubble. There we go. You want to say Naka? It wouldn't surprise me. I've heard that Naoto Oshima is actually a really cool guy. But I wouldn't know since I never met him. Stay on the platform. Will it be enough to... Ah! Alright, quick. Bubble. I will like them. I will like a lot of them to move to Blue Sky at some point. You know, they don't really give you enough time to at least stay in the water in this game. Okay. Now we gotta go this way. Yeah, he did Sonic Superstars, but he was the one. He was the one who made the original design for Sonic back when he was just called Mr. Needlemouse. Yeah, when Yuji Naka did Sonic 2, Naoto Oshima did Sonic CD. Hey, PK. It is Labyrinth, but it's Game Gear Labyrinth, so it's a bit different. It's the same concept. Hey, Noble Boy, good to see you. And yes, he is. I look nice in glasses? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm a pinball. I'm in a pinball machine. Yeah, he left Sega, formed his own studio, RSS, and then come back to collab with Sonic till Superstars. You know, I was watching the G4 Icons episode of Yuji Naka, and I couldn't help but laugh at a lot of that shit there. I needed one more ring. Then I would have had that funny number. But if I had three more rings, I would have had the other funny number. Anything involving Adam Sessler makes me want to laugh for the wrong reasons or cringe. Oh, no one likes it. He's also transphobe. Alright, gotta look for the emerald. Give me 1 second real quick. All right. Yeah, he was. I mainly watch G4 icons for fun at this point. There's a lot of stuff that was not really true, or they skimmed through some history. Like I watched the fighting game episode, they skimmed through a whole lot more. I kind of feel like there are many fighting game series that didn't really get as much respect on that show. That, and also the fact that just like most other publications, like it was cool to really hate the GameCube back then. Come on, Bubble. Any day now, Bubble. Any day now. Any day now, Bubble. 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 Get it. Oh my god, fuck, wow. Holy shit. It's either revisionist history shit or, they fucking skimmed through shit. Wow. I gotta look for the emerald. But first, let's get a bubble. Ow! Ow! You don't get iframes when you lose your shield, by the way. That's true, but there are also things that Sega has so much history, well, even before even the Mark III launches, but I doubt they mentioned much of it, yeah. Like, I know for a fact that the SG-1000 and the SG-1000 and the Famicom released on the exact same day. And the Famicom was obviously successful, but the SG-1000 was not. Sega didn't really have like a strong presence in Japan for consoles. Arcades was a different story. The Saturn was where like the Saturn was the very first ever like successful console in Japan for Sega. Because Genesis or Mega Drive did not do well over there. Well, at least I touched the water. That was clutch. Also, hey, Keyblade. Where is the emerald at? He was right there. Right at the very end of the stage. All right. Now we got 4. 2 more to go. Yeah, I think the special stages repeat. But you're really just collecting rings and collecting extra lives and continues. That's the main purpose. I do know a decent amount of video game trivia. Not everything, but I know a lot of things. All right, boss. This is the boss act. So this is going to be a tricky one. I feel like this is one act where they should really give you rings. You know what? No. Not worth the effort to get that if it means that I'm at risk of the bubble. Yeah, Yuzo Koshiro did the soundtrack. I'm surprised he didn't do a rendition of Labyrinth Zone. Oh, here we go. Yeah, because that was a pit. He shoots missiles! It is. Still not amazing. All right, which way is he coming from now? Got him. Let's go. We can now leave. Next.
You win.
We're in Scrap Brain, but the music is different. I'm surprised. I guess they really wanted to have Green Hill. Oh. I didn't want a Green Hill's theme to be the same because something that you could recognize. But they didn't do that for Labyrinth or Scrap Rain. Yeah, Scrap Rain's not the last stage in this game. There's another stage after this. Okay, I'm just gonna say forget the extra life. I'm just gonna keep going. Ow. Wow, that was a short stage. No special stage. Now we gotta look for the Chaos Emerald. Was that like a teleporter or something? Alright, let's... Oh, that was a pit. Ah! This way. We got this. Wait for the fire to go away. Hey Dragon, how you doing? Yeah, this was in Sonic Origins. Oh, I think if I hit that switch, I can go to the right, the bottom. Never mind. You can't spin dash in this. How the fuck am I supposed to get out? And my jump's not high enough. Because I need to I need to figure this out. How do I get out? I think that opens from the other direction. I didn't see this here. Got it. That's the 5th Chaos Emerald. I think I'm supposed to be fast enough to hit the switch. Give me 1 second. Let's try something different. Clearly what I'm doing is not working. So I gotta find another path. Alright. I think we'll try it like this. We'll go back here and see if there's anything we can do. Where will this take us? Oh, right back here. We'll find our way out. What about this teleporter? There we go. And we are out of here. Let's go. That took a while, but we did it. Now to go to Act 3. Scrap Brain Act 3. We're gonna fight Eggman. We actually have rings here.
Are you ready? Go!
I'm back. Alright, where are we going? Wait. That's it? No boss? That's it? Skybase. Look, he built Skybase this time. Same music. You don't get iframes here. It's the same thing as like hitting a spike in Sonic 1 in the original version of the game, where you'll automatically die regardless of whether you have the shield or rings. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I would still get hit even if I duck and crouch. This is gonna be tough and tricky. Come on. Let me just get through this part, please. Go, just go. We wait. There we go. Is there gonna be a blimp or a zeppelin? But now we gotta look for the Chaos Emerald. different track. I would definitely like to hear a Genesis rendition of this track. All of that just to go for an extra life. I don't know if I'll think that's worth it. I don't like the slowdown here. Also, I don't see the indication where there's rings here, so I'm assuming there are no rings. I wonder what is the strategy besides don't die. Ow. Oh, it's way over there. I'll have to find another way to get there. Sure. It's gotta be a way to get up. Do I need to go this way? Or okay, I definitely don't go that way. I have to restart the stage. Is it to go? Oh, wait. Is it this way? Was it that way? Oh, left. What the fuck? Yeah. So basically, it's that. You've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Level design. Okay, that one-up was not worth it. What would I give to hear a Genesis remix of this track? It's actually really good. Hey, Sleepy Bear, how you doing? I'm gonna take this. Hope you're doing good, Sleepy Bear. Okay, just out of the shower. Nice. I gotta be careful. Come on, Sonic, go, go, go. Why? The level design of this stage is so fucking bad. Screen crunch or no screen crunch, level design is awful in this game. Especially in the later stages. It's nothing but trial and error. But we just need one more emerald. There we go. So I could have avoided that one path. That's how you get the emerald. Well, but now we gotta finish the rest of the stage. You wonder what makes this really bad level design? You wonder what's bad game design for this fucking level? No fucking rings. Like, at least have some rings so I can at least take a hit and then survive just a little bit longer. At least the emerald was there. Every first time player never get it? Yeah. Now we'll just clear the rest of the stage. Because there's no freaking indication that the platform was there. Nah. It's like, how are you supposed to know that? Unless you read a guide or someone tells you. Alright, here we go. I was not ready for that. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I'm craving White Castle. I don't even like White Castle, but why am I craving it? Why? I don't even like White Castle like that. It's one of those things where if someone has a crave case in a gathering, like, I'll eat it if it's offered. Why the craving? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just there.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I think I'm supposed to break that glass. As long as Eggman's there. But I have to watch out for the fire and the spark. Just timing and chill. Timing and chill. That's how we do it. Fuck Netflix and chill. It's timing and chill.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it. Are you ready? Go! Fighters ready. Engage.
It flashes every time I hit it. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Wait. Did not mean to hit that. There we go. That's the first game down. We've beaten the first of the Game Gear Sonics. All 6 Chaos Emeralds. No need to save, we beat the game. Now we just have to watch standing. The pollution on South Island is no more. But now I gotta look for the emeralds in the next game, Sonic 2 for the Game Gear, and that's gonna be harder. Look at all those points. Sweet, now we can beat it all over again. If I ever play this game again, it's going to be the Master System version because of the lack of screen crunch. Randomly got a state tax refund tax check in the mail today. I don't know what's for because I thought they already paid what they owed me. Well, at least you got the money. Ah, so he's singing. Your Sonic was originally supposed to be in a band, right? Yep. And one of his bandmates, he was supposed to have a girlfriend named Madonna. And one of his bandmates actually exists in the Sonic universe. Vector the Crocodile. His original design looked more like a regular crocodile, but then they scrapped him and then they brought him back for Chaotix. I'm not sure what is the inspiration for Charmy the Bee or Espio, the chameleon. Also, I will eventually do Knuckles Chaotix. And there's another Sonic game I've been wanting to play for years, but I gotta figure out how the fuck am I gonna emulate it. And it's the arcade Sonic game where you play as Sonic, Mighty, and Ray, and you have the trackball. That one's not going to be easy to emulate. The end. That's the first game. Back to the catalog. Yep, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, so that's Sonic the Hedgehog for the Game Gear. Honestly, here's my thoughts. The game itself, it's fine for a Game Gear game, but there's a lot of bad level design in many areas. I don't like the fact that you don't have the rings in, I don't like the fact that you have no rings in the boss stages. Although, for whatever reason, like, the fifth stage boss was not even a boss. It's just a chase to get to the top. But that said, it was a solid like 6.5 to 7 out of 10 at best game. It served its purpose. Playing a Sonic game on the Game Gear. That's what it did. It's not an amazing game, but it was okay for what it was.